can be very dangerous as well. We've almost reached the halfway stage of season 1 of the NPL. Most teams playing 4 matches, and that's why from here on the wins will really mean a lot. What are your predictions, gentlemen? What do you make of it? On paper, both look good. On the back of it, HD, both are coming off wins. Darren had a prediction for Rhinos because he has a big rhino on his forearm. He had a prediction for the Lions because he has another tattoo over here. Darren, you have it all in place.
I'll tell you my prediction for this game,
right.
And there's only one reason for it. We're staying in an hotel, and the team in our hotel are the Avengers. So I've got to go for the Avengers. They're in the same hotel.
Keeping it simple there.
They'll have plenty of confidence coming into this match. I am a little bit surprised that they've decided to bat first. I do think the conditions get better and better and better, and their only victory was in that high run chase where they were absolutely incredible. So I'm a little bit surprised by that. I'll have to go against the Yorkshiremen here, and I'll go for the Yaks.
You're right. Okay, Avengers winning the toss, so batting first. We saw Andreas Gauss the other day in the chase. Got to the first ever century of NPL. He lit the stage up with some fireworks. Well, that's the man in a discussion over here. Andreas Gauss, what a delight to watch when in full flow.
Have you ever seen him play, Darren?
Yeah, I have seen him play before, but with the looks of it, he hits the ball pretty hard. He likes to hit down the ground, and he hits some good sixes there. 104 is pretty good knock in any T20 match.
He played about 9 seasons of first-class cricket in South Africa, but there was a young fellow by the name of Quinton de Kock, who you would have definitely heard of, who was standing in his way. And, you know, bully for the man, he said, look, I'm going to go to America, I can get citizenship there. And he's played some international cricket for the United States now, and South Africa will turn around and say, well, we've lost another one.
Yeah, South Africa's loss is for the moment, at least America's, and Avengers gain HD. Right, so he has his task cut out. You're going for the Yaks. You're going for the Avengers. Keeping it very simple over there. Well, it's been a very fine tournament so far. There's so much to look forward to. And it'll once again be the batters who need to step up. And as we spoke about the changes, just the one change coming in for the Karnali Yaks. The Avengers going in with a tried and tested winning combination of theirs. Wins from here on. Your thoughts on Lumbini Lions? They still have an outside chance here, HD?
It's outside. If they win, they've got to win well, because we know that how it works is there might be a team in 4th and 5th that have the same amount of points. The first thing that they go to is wins. If you level on wins, then they go to net run rate. Now, inevitably, if you level on points, you're going to have the same amount of wins. So the net run rate, they're going to need to win impressively, the Lions. But it's this one.
Yeah, we can sense a roar in the field as well. The Empires have made their way to the middle for match number 17 on day 9. The Karnali Yaks, led by Sumpal Kami, walk out. It's going to be the Avengers who will be batting first. And from now on, gentlemen, thank you for your company and your expertise. Enjoyed every bit of it. We'll head across, or rather head over to the commentators to take you through the live action.
Thank you so much, Mikhail. And gentlemen, great analysis of the two teams who are about to go head-to-head. Karnali Yaks taking on the Pokhara Avengers. Both of them looking for a win. The Yaks sitting at number 4 on the table, and the Avengers number 5. Joined alongside the great Mr. Sriram. And I'm sure he's also going to have a bit of his own analysis to add to what we've just heard.
Thank you for that adjective. Great. What makes me great? Wow. Have a terrific game on hand. Very important game for both these teams. Shekhar Dhawan, a big loss for the Yaks. Irreplaceable, I think. Yeah, Dinesh Kore, what an innings he played. 61 not out in the previous game. That's his best. Lives in New Zealand, comes back to his home country and makes an impact opening the batting. Terrific for the young man. Andreas House, what a player. His best score of 256 not out in first-class cricket. 104 the other day. He's a terrific talent. He's only 31. When I say only 31, the batters just start to peak at that age. So it's a pity that South Africa have let him go, and US and Avengers have gained. Sumpal Kami, very experienced campaigner. Nepal plays World Cups for Nepal. Good new ball bowler. Had a good tournament as well. He's contributed with bad hand, but he'll want to make a telling impact today. Sumpal Kami.
Yeah, 1 for 27 in the game prior that the Yaks played against the Bratnagar Kings. Came out on top of a low-scoring contest. They defended 133. And the Kings couldn't quite pull it off thanks to some very good bowling. Sompal Kami, part of the bowling attack, of course. And the umpire says, let's play. He'll start with a dot ball in the block hole.
Full and straight. There was some swing as well. Karel looked so much in confidence. He was indicating to his partner that ball did swing in. That start from Dinesh Karel just indicates that he's full of confidence. Look at that. Straight away, intent, bit across the line, but his head position was very good, didn't fall over. His balance at the crease was good.
Well, for the sake of the Avengers, they need to get both of these batters back in the pavilion quickly. They took the game away completely from the Lumbini Lions. No wickets lost on that day. Both of them getting plenty of runs.
Yeah, they just gave no chance. Lumbini Lions would have fancied themselves after getting 170. But they just crushed their hopes, this partnership. 171 unbeaten. Won the toss, elected to bat today.
Drives through the line, and it should run away all the way. Great way to get off the mark. Dinesh Karel's picked up a boundary.
Look at the confidence of the man. Fresh from a 61 not out, they've had a couple of days off. And look at that, standing tall, not even ball pitched up. It was hit on the up. And that's what makes the shot even better. It looks a good wicket. Karnali. Slip comes out straight away after that shot. Your best time to bat, the captain said, Kushal Burtel.
Pulled away this time. Contrasting opinions on what they would have liked to do at the toss. Chose to have a bowl. Sompal Kami would have said, yes, we want a bowl.
One is a batter, one is a bowler, that's why.
Sanjay Gurung, our on-field umpire. And Mr. Shinwari.
A friend from the dinner table. He's always there at 7 p.m. sharp.
Listen, you gotta eat after a long day at the cricket. And our lovely TV umpire, Mr. Rashid Riaz. Worked into the leg side. It's going to be a dot. He'll have to wait to get off the mark. Of course, we can't forget our match referee as well, Mr. Manu Nair.
Delhi legend, played lots of first-class cricket for Delhi. He's won the Ranji Trophy for Delhi. And he's been an IPL match referee for many years. He retired with the final after the final of the IPL last year. Terrific man, Manu Nair.
The mark, Andreas House, as he finds the boundary on that one. It's 4 runs to finish the first over. 9 for none, the Avengers.
Watch NPL on the go on Ncell app, unlimited YouTube and other NPL packs. Download Ncell app now or dial *123*9#.
Happier home. Today sahi.
Legends rise to greatness and lead with their actions. From a timeless legacy to inspiring a nation, legends choose the ball. Drive like a legend. Drive the ball.
Well, Kami's been leading from the front, and Nandan Yadav, what a gem of a bowler he is. As for the Avengers, Andreas House and Dinesh Karel taking the game away from Lumbini Lions in the previous game. Michael Leask has shown some promise as well. And all in all, a lot of talent in both of the squads, as it's the youngster Bipin.
15, 16-year-old. ball to start us off.
Squeezed into the offside. And they'll pick up a boundary, just rolls away. Two fielders giving chase and has enough legs on it. Two boundaries for Corral.
Yeah, so powered by Encel. Yeah, they've just started from where they left off in the previous game. This is looking ominous. As far as the Yaks are concerned, full, but he had to put that away, Dinesh Karel. A very good partnership, and I love the way you say Andreas House. You must give me a tuition on how to pronounce names.
Actually, I think I'm saying it wrong because it needs to be house. Oh, this has gone up in the air. Going, and he is not out. It's been dropped. Heartbreak for the young Bipin. It went miles in the air, but this should have been taken.
I just thought it was the commentator's curse. But he's put it down. Well balled by Bipin. It was up in the air. It was up there for a long time. It went above the trees. Unesh Thakure, tough ones these under the clear sky. Didn't have the base, wasn't settled. He was still on the move when the ball came down. Celebrated too early, young man. He's dropped it. Sorry, boy.
Bipin Sharma, 6 wickets, best of 3 for 21. He'll have to wait to pick up his first wicket in this game. Highly unlucky for the bowler.
Yeah, I feel for him. The young man, he's been terrific. His temperament's been terrific. He hasn't been overwrought by the situation. Especially when you play in front of such big crowds. It's easy to get overwrought as a 15-year-old, but he's held his nerve. And he's bowled the tough overs.
Ready? He's ready? Oh, okay, cool. 14 for none, and it's a good start, and they've gotten a life. The Avengers. Corral being put down, the ball before. Low full toss. And he's lucky to get away with it, Bipin. Struck straight to the fielder on the offside. Time, and he's going to use the life that he's just been given. 2 overs gone, 19 for none.
Consumalite gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
आफ्ना हरेक चिन्ताहरू अब हामीलाई छोडिदिनुस् तपाईको भोलिको भरपर्दो साथी सानीमा रिलायन्स लाइफ इन्स्योरेन्स खुलेर जियौं
I dare to overcome every hurdle and shine like a beacon. Presidential Graduate School, where every step leads to a new adventure.
प्रस्तुत छ 10 Blast अटुट जोड मजबुत सम्बन्ध 10 Blast pipes fittings tanks member of 10 group.
We're going to go and have a quick chat with Dave Karnali, who's been mic'd up. Hey Dave, can you hear us?
Yeah, hi ma'am.
How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good. Talk us through the life that you guys have just given Corral. Big appeal, celebrations,
Yeah, I mean,
finger stays down.
Yeah, I mean, it's a T20 cricket, you know. The other day I dropped out on 2 runs, I guess, and I went to the 50. So T20 is a quite, you know, catches win matches kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Got you take all of those chances that come your way. What do you think of the conditions so far out in the middle?
Wicket looks good till now. Hopefully it plays on the second half as well, better, just like it's playing right now. So hopefully we can chase it down. Good areas.
Hi, Dev, this is Sriram here. How are you doing?
How are you, sir?
Yeah, you had the fortune of opening the batting with Shikhar Dhawan. Just talk us through that experience. What was he like?
Yeah, I mean, it's a kind of a dream come true to me. Like, I've, saw him on the TV playing so much cricket over the years for India cricket, representing 10, 12 years for Indian cricket. It's huge honor to play with him.
Picked up, and this is going to be dispatched for another boundary. Andreas House joining the party with Corral.
A terrific shot. What is he like as an opening partner? Does he talk a lot, or is he very quiet? Is he having fun? Is he singing songs? I've heard that he sings songs in between balls.
I mean, while he's taking the strike, he may sing a song, but when we talk in the middle, the talk is quite, decent and nice. How's the wicket playing and all? How should we tackle the bowlers and how should we go in this wicket? So that kind of talk we have.
Dave, now you are no one new to captaincy. You know how to lead a side. Talk us through what the leadership's been like in your team at the moment with Sampal Kami.
Yeah, I mean, he's everyone knows how good he is, how good guy he is. So he's a good reader of the game as well. And we have quite overseas players who got the experience of playing international cricket quite a bit. So everyone chip in when it's needed. So overall, it's going good.
This is going to be more runs. It's picked up and it's been dispatched all the way. Andreas House continuing where he left off in the previous game. It's a maximum.
Yeah, not only Andreas House, but also the Avengers. This opening partnership is assuming dangerous proportions. Already 31 and we've not yet come to the end of the third over.
No worries, Sumnai.
Yeah, we still have Dave with us. We've had that match-winning partnership with William Basisto.
Let's go, boys!
102 runs of 70 balls. What was that like?
It's going to be another boundary. But turning out to be an expensive over. Talk us through the partnership that you had with Will Basisto. 102 of 70.
Neoco solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys, the gas hobs they your way of quality living.
Papai com Asli Energy, Red Bull, Asli Nerozo.
Can't wait, soon face dark fantasy.
The last death overs, credit goes to them.
Now, you've spoken about your experience with Shikhar Dhawan, spoken about your experience with Will Basisto. Talk us through the importance of all of these players coming in from all over the world as that is being struck for another maximum. This time it's Corral who picks up a boundary, 6 runs. Talk us through how important it is to have all these players from all over the world to help develop not only the local players, but elevate Nepal Premier League.
Let's go, Bipin. Your strength. Sorry, ma'am, what did you say?
Just wanted to know how important it's been to have all the experience from all the international players coming in and sharing their thoughts and experience with the locals.
Yeah, it's a huge thing for Nepal cricket. To grow as an individual, to grow as a player, and having players like Shikhar Dhawan, Martin Guptill, and such teams. So it's quite a good experience for, all of the local players to learn the game, They have played so much cricket in the international level.
Pulled away. It won't find the boundary this time. Dave, last question for you. Your overall thoughts on Nepal Premier League and the impact that it's having on the development of the sport here in Nepal?
It's a fantastic opportunity to all of us. I mean, it's a...
They're making you run all over the place. Drilled through the offside, and that's going to run along the carpet for another boundary. Dave, thank you so much for talking to us. Looks like your side needs a wicket, and hopefully you guys pick one up soon.
Yeah, man, thank you, thank you.
Thanks a lot. The runs are piling on here. Shriram, where's this wicket coming from?
They're looking dangerous, aren't they? These two, 171 they put on in the previous game, 46 now in just 3.4 overs. The answer to your question is I don't know.
Calls for catcher. This has gone high up in the air, and it should be taken, and it is. It's the dangerous Andreas House. Will Basisto getting under it, and Bipin, the young man, finally gets a wicket to his name.
He's answered you. I don't have to. Well bowled, Bipin. Gilding his nerve for a 15, 16-year-old. Terrific bowling. Andreas House trying to go for a big shot once too often. Bowling out to the point fielder. Will Basisto is not dropping it. And now you can celebrate. You can, because you deserve it. Andreas House goes for 25, and it's 46 for 1.
As Bipin gets the wicket of Andreas House. It's the skipper, Kushal Brotel, a best of 104. 66 matches. Plenty of experience there. Won the toss, chose to have a bat first. They've gotten off to a flyer, but they've lost a very important batter. It's going to be a dot to end the fourth. It's 46 for 1.
Delight Dairy Whitenerly. अब हर एक दिन delightful. DHI happier home. छुट्टी सा है.
Two for 22, the best. Experience, wickets, and plenty of composure.
Partnership was a class broken. Took some doing. Within Sharma, terrific.
Starts well with the dot ball.
Yeah, Monali was asking the question, where was the wicket going to come from? I said, I don't know. But Bipin Sharma answered her question. Beautifully bowled, deceived Andreas House in the flight. And Will Basisto accepted it gleefully. Well, how does it change Dinesh Karel's approach? Because he's a different player when Andreas House was batting. Now all of a sudden his opening partner is gone. Does it really affect the way he bats? We have to wait and watch.
Slapped away for another dot. It's all about momentum, isn't it? When you're striking at both ends, the confidence is high. And it always helps to know that you've got confidence in your non-striker as well.
That's a big thing. You know what your non-striker can do, and then you've got his back, and you're all of a sudden a different player.
Moving into the line of the ball, wanted to put it into the leg side. Manages another dot.
And the small conversations you have make a huge difference. Suddenly he's not striking it as well as he did in the previous over. Bit of spin, and lucky for Zishan that it didn't hit the stump. 4 dots. Something's about to give. Dinesh Karel, please be sensible.
I hope he's listening to you. Uses his feet, doesn't get a hold of it, but he will get off the mark, and sometimes that's the best thing that can happen, especially when you're just starting to get a bit nervy.
Our best place is the non-strikers, and he's gotten there. He can't get out from there unless he's run out. But Kushal Burtel, he waited a long time for a bat, 5 days now, I think. He was padded up with that 171 run chase. He never got there. He's just gotten out to bat now.
Yeah, and that could be a bit tricky too, isn't it? You just start to lose rhythm if you haven't batted for a while. The Pokhara Avengers did come here for a quick practice session yesterday.
Yeah, they did. They did have a session in the morning. And I support them only for the reason Darren Goff did. They stay in the same hotel as us.
It's a dot to end the 5th. The Avengers 47 for 1.
I dare to overcome every hurdle and shine like a beacon. Presidential Graduate School, where every step leads to a new adventure.
यो निकाल्न इजी छ सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश यसको 10 हातको शक्ति छ यस्तो जसले जिद्दी दाग निकाल्न गर्छ सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश DHI Happier Home छट्टै छ है
Insta for a complete home.
Andreas House, thanks to young Bipin, deserved the wicket. Well caught by William Basisto. 47 for 1 at the end of 5.
Yeah, thanks to Manali and Shiram. This is a young player making a real name for himself here in this competition. We've told you plenty about his journey from New Zealand back to his native Nepal, and he's impressing everyone that he plays against, and he's impressing every one of us that sees him as I welcome HD Ackerman.
I'm one of them. I'm one of them. He looks organised, he's well balanced at the crease. Looks as though he could be an all-format player.
Well, the good judges and scouts that I know down in New Zealand cricket have told me that they very much think of him as a top order batter out of the mould of Tom Latham. Bowled him, chopped on. It's a bit unfortunate, isn't it, for the youngster Karel, who was looking good again. But Unish into the attack and into the wickets. Spin to win again.
Well, I think you and I need to learn to keep our mouths shut, because we were waxing lyrical off air about Andries Gous, and then he got out. And it's arguably the worst stroke that he's played all tournament. Look, swipe it over mid-wicket, just gets a bottom edge. And a promising innings comes to an end. 26 off 19. We'll see a lot more of this young man, Dinesh Karel. The Avengers are 51 for 2.
Interesting move, this one. Wonder, is this a little bit of like for like? Wonder, is it because it's the fact that the left-hander has got out, they've gone with Raymond Reefer up the order?
experienced player. But a great result for the Yaks because they've got 2 men on the crease, both on naught.
He'll think he's unfortunate. I'll think he should have just knocked it through to mid-wicket for a single or maybe even 2.
It's one of those things when you come down the track, you don't have to go at it. If you don't get to the pitch, just work it. For one, you could see why he was trying to attack him with the power play still in action. It would have been a better decision to just work it into the leg side for one, like you said. End of the power play, maybe about honours even. The Avengers, 52 for 2.
Insta for a complete home. Neocool solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys, the gas hobs your way of quality living.
DHI Happier Home. Tutte sahi.
Gentleman from down in the Lumbini province himself, and he was over umpiring at the ACC under-19s there in the UAE. He's such a kind guy, always smiling. And he's got a little bit of a connection too. His son hasn't played yet, but he's in the King's squad, through the talent hunt. So lovely to see Sanjay Gurung back here. That's his view.
I'd like the umpire cam to come up with something a little bit more innovative, where every time they blink, you see nothing. So we know if they're actually, if they saw the LBW.
Come on, HR production team is doing enough. They're working every hour under the sun here. Nice idea, though. Sure, they could do it. I think it might be a bit confusing for the viewer at home.
Matchups, don't they? Left-hand, right-hand combination. Hence the reason why we see batting orders change every now and again.
Sanjay saying, come on, Zishan, get on with it. I know it was a slightly different era that you played the majority of your cricket in. Not sure how much T20 you played, if at all, maybe towards the end of your career. But would you have liked that as a batter, or would you have hated it? Would you be absolutely wanting to know you're at number 4 come hell or high water?
If I did play a bit of T20 cricket, that's strange. You're normally so well read before you go on air that you would know that I batted at the top of the order, so it was quite easy for me. But I think to answer your question, I would have probably preferred to have. Oh no, there's been too many of those little misfields. I would have preferred to have known where I was batting. I didn't like to be shoved around.
Did you play every single game of your professional career at the top?
No, T20 I batted at the top of the order. My one-day career I batted in the middle, and then at the back end I went to the top and realised that it's the only place to bat in white ball cricket, right at the beginning.
Something Kevin O'Brien actually said to me, that he wished he only came to open in T20 right towards the tail end of his career. He said he wished he'd done it earlier, because with 2 fielders outside for the first 6, you just go out and try and go after everything, particularly in batter-friendly conditions. There's another one, just as you said it, HD. Another misfield. There has been a few too many of those. There's been some wonderful efforts and a few tardy ones. 6 off the over.
Neocool solar water heaters, water purifiers,
cheese. The gas hops they your way of quality living.
तर यो सिद्धि दाग यो निकाल्न इजी छ सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश यसको 10 हातको शक्ति छ यस्तो जसले सिद्धि दाग निकाल्न गर्छ सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश
ब्याङ्किङ सेक्टरमा पहिलो पटक सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्कले ल्याएको छ सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड यसमा पोइन्ट छ सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्क सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई
very early because it was just so cold, but now they've turned out in good numbers, several thousand in through the gates. From talking to the organisers, they've been really pleased with the scale of fan support, not just here at the ground but also in terms of their engagement online and on social media, and also specifically with the kind of fan bases for what is 8 new franchise sides building up really quickly. We've seen plenty of jersey sales and plenty of die-hard fans. One of the nice things about the Kathmandu Valley is that so many people who live and work in it aren't actually from Kathmandu, so it's giving those from Sudar Prashim or from Pokhara from Karnali who've moved up here for work or for family reasons a chance to come out and support the area that they're then from. It's been really well designed.
Just going back to your question around batting and chopping and changing on batting orders, I must admit, I feel sometimes that we get a little bit caught up in matchups. I think if an off-spinner is good enough, I don't see why he cannot bowl to a right-hander. Same as a left-arm spinner to a left-hander. I think Matai Muralitharan was more than good enough to bowl to right-handers. I mean, he would have been devastated if he suddenly got nipped off because he couldn't bowl to a right-hander. So I think yes, while I understand it, and more often than not it works, I don't think you should get caught up in that as a leader.
Even think of something as small as the end of that first innings for the Lions this morning. Jordan was sent in instead of Bibek Yadav, and I didn't understand that given the sixth inning. Gulshan Jazz probably moved up and down the order a bit too much, so we haven't seen the very best of him yet. All for innovation, all for quick thinking as a coach, but players, they quite like stability as well.
And quite often they'll remind you, coach or a captain will remind you when it worked, and then you remind them the other 12 times when it didn't work. You know, it's just one occasion comes off, and then everyone thinks, "Oh, well, that's the way to do it." I remember when the pinch hitter was first introduced into the game, and we're going back some time. We're going to get back to that. Just be a single that will end the 8th. 62 for 2.
Welcome to
Watch NPL on the go on Ncell app, unlimited YouTube and other NPL packs. Download Ncell app now or dial *123*9#.
I dare to overcome every hurdle and shine like a beacon. Presidential Graduate School, where every step leads to a new adventure.
Very skillful. What about this vantage point here? Love that one. That's on the roof of one of the Tribhuvan University buildings. I reckon that's a pretty good look.
What's safer than some of the others? Missing leg, surely. When they get up in those trees, my heart does a flutter.
You'd see the official NPL account post out saying, "Please stay safe, please don't do anything silly." It was a good call.
Nice running. Just to go back, the old pinch hitter is son of Jayasuriya and Roman Kalawuttarana opened the innings for Sri Lanka, and they used to get them off to a rollicking start. But then other teams wanted to pick a pinch hitter, and they would normally just take a bowler who would come in and just have wild swings, and every now and again it came off until they reintroduced the bouncer. And then suddenly there was the realization, yes, the pinch hitter works, but he still has to be a proper batter.
Yeah, I think there's been a lot of toing and froing between T20I cricket and ODI cricket, the playing conditions, getting the exact balance right. Often we as real cricket lovers like you and I are, for some reason, fans as well, we tend to criticise the sport a bit too much. I think we need to love it a bit more. I think they've got the playing conditions just right for both T20Is, or in this case T20 cricket that you're watching, and the ODI game now. Love the 3 power plays in the ODIs, and I think the 2 power plays in T20 cricket works really well. You see some leagues trying to innovate. I don't think there's any need to change it. It's a great spectacle. 120 balls each. Is this going to carry? Oh, maybe it is. And Kushal Bertel is saying, hold on, I'm not sure if this is carried. Will Sanjay Gurung send this one upstairs? He will. The fielder's convinced. Let's get a look.
This would be some catch. So difficult when you're walking through the bowler and now you have to sprint forward and dive full length forward to try and get your hands underneath it. This would be some catch.
I think it's Deepak Dumre, the sub fielder. It is the substitute. Now, there is our man in the hot seat, Rashid Riaz from Pakistan. There's nothing wrong with the front foot, that's absolutely fine. The question is, and this is the first time I remember this season we've gone up for this exact reason. We've gone up to see, has it carried or not? Oh, I don't know. I'm glad it's not my job, but surely there's some contact with the ground there.
And let's understand that the young fielder will have no idea, because there is a point where you are completely unsighted. You've got your hands in the position that you expect the ball to come, you've seen it, you've made the dive, but there is a position where you will not know whether it's bounced or not. A very, very difficult decision this for the television umpire. Does he get his fingers underneath it or does he not? He may have caught it, but if the ball touches the ground, it's not out.
Again, for those of us that have played, there are times you genuinely don't know. Look at the fact that he's diving forward. This will all happen in an absolute instant, a split second. And it's not like it's kind of bounced up into the hands. It's because it's the turf and hands together. He won't have known, Deepak Dumre. And I think it's the right decision to send it up. And now it's over to Rashid Riaz, up to him.
I'm just wondering whether we just say that's a good decision, no matter what he comes up with, because it's that difficult. It could be out, it might very well be not out.
Spoken to umpires about this, and they say that these are the times they dread, because it's almost, apparently when you're up there, it's almost like the air goes out of the room, because they know how much pressure there is on this decision. It's a massive wicket. It's the captain of the Pokhara Avengers, if it's given. The soft signal is gone. That's been taken out of the playing conditions and the laws. It's all over to this. It is a Nepal Pay umpire decision pending. It's not out. And for me, I think that's probably the right decision.
Well, I did say to you, whatever happens, I think we've got to say that's the right decision, because it was that tough. Yeah, and the other thing is that there'll be a number of people who aren't involved in that would have been fielding at maybe cover or extra cover, that would go to Kushal Bertel and say, well, don't you just take the fielder's word for it? But it's not as simple as that.
Now, here's the additional drama. There's a discussion going on as to, well, hold on, is that a dot ball or is that a single? Because they did run a single, but because I think it's been sent upstairs, it's in essence a dead ball, so it will be a dot. And then Kushal Bertel will keep the strike. That's what that final little postscript to a dramatic moment has been.
Well, that we could debate whether that should be changed or not.
I think by the laws, that's the correct decision. It's the same when you get that surreal situation where when DRS is in play, not in this event, an LBW is given out, it runs away for 4-leg buys, and then on review, it's deemed as not out. You don't get the 4-leg buys then. And I think they're just double checking that. And I think, again, Sanjay Gurung knows the laws and the playing conditions well, and he's done the right thing. He sent Kushal Bertel back to the striker's end. The end result of that 5 minutes is a dot ball. Good over either way from Zishan Maksud. Not the wicket he wanted though. 65 for 2.